What's going on YouTube? Back at Like Crack Addict. It's your boy Reese, aka Conundrum TV, and we back at it with another starting five pick and roll podcast episode, man. We not gonna waste our time. We only got a few topics this week, but it's some spicy stuff going on in the NBA, man. It's getting a little interesting, a little couple brawls, but we gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my co-hosts. Starting off, we got Dezo in the building. Dez, say what's good to the people. How you feeling today?
Yo, what's good with y'all? I'm good, man.
Yes, sir, man. We got BP Boogie Productions. Mike, say what's good to the people.
Y'all know what's going on, man. How y'all feeling?
Yes, sir. Jay, how you feeling today, man?
Feeling good to be back. Missed y'all boys.
Yes, sir. We got all five on here today. Now, last but very not least, we got Vano in the building.
Yo, Free Von Inc, man. How y'all feeling today?
Yes, sir. We already know how y'all feel about us, missing people. But we got the whole starting five here today,
We
so
got everybody back,
we go.
man. Straight
Yeah,
up.
we got everybody back on the same page, so we can go ahead and knock these topics out. But I'm gonna go ahead and start it off with something spicy or something with y'all label. Something that's not new to the NBA, but the Pistons go ahead and get into a brawl with the Hornets, man. It started off with Jalen Duren, aka J Sports label. Then it was between him and what's his name? Musa Diabite. I don't know how to say his name. I don't even know how to say his name, but yeah, Jalen Duren Muff, bro. And then he got the going on, man. What was y'all thoughts about it for real? Because I seen people like Isaiah Stewart, everybody got into it. Tobias got into it and everything. Like, what y'all think?
Some hot heads, G. Like anytime you got Miles Bridges, the Pistons in general, honestly, from top to bottom, they all going. Like it's just gonna be tempers flaring. So I'm just happy that they didn't get suspended for too long because I know all four of those guys are like valuable players. So you'll never want to see them out of the lineup too much. But I mean, we do for one. It's feel like it's been a while since we had like a real brawl like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
facts. It you see head of the label though. Like, y'all chill, folks. Calm it down. One who pulled Beef Stew back. You feel me? But nah, like Jay said though, I'm kind of glad they didn't get suspended for plus games. You feel me? I think Beef Stew got the longest for 7 games or so. But yeah, it's just hot heads, man. I mean, and when you get muffed, somebody bound to get thrown a hit like a punch. You feel me? Like that's so disrespectful. So
Yeah, the main thing I really like took from that game, and then of course the brawl is that Hornets is kind of showing that they're here. You know what I'm saying? Like the Hornets have been a hot team as of recent, and I feel like them in Detroit can make a pretty fun series. But it was good to see some punches actually being thrown out there. And it's crazy because I think Beef Stew actually got suspended longer than what like some of the guys with like the older fight, the Malice in the Palace or whatever it
yeah,
was. I think he got suspended longer than some of those guys for that. So that was kind of crazy to see. But um, that's kind of what he there for. That's what he said. He like, what y'all bring me to Detroit for? Like he's that enforcer for them. There's been a couple times Beef student got into it with some people, and it's like now we really got to see him in action. That was decent. So, but I like how the Hornets is coming out here though. Like they not backing down, and I feel like that'd be a good playoff series. Just a bunch of YNs out there hooping, bro. Like that's something fun. So and apparently this beef between Duran and Diabate go all the way back to high school. Like they got into it in high school when Duran was on Mount Vernon, and I think Diabate played for IMG Academy, and like they was on that with them. Like so, that got some history. So like I said, hopefully they can somehow meet in the playoffs, or I know another regular season game would probably be interesting between them. But I like the YNs, man. They out here on that.
No, leaving from the bench is wild, bro. Like that's probably like the wildest out of everything. Like to me, that was probably like the wildest. Like y'all seen Duncan Robinson reaction. He like, oh my god, like black people. Let me stop.
Yeah, he ain't want no smoke.
But it was nice to see though. It was funny. Like that was Miles Bridges really held his own. He was on that. So that's about it, bro. Like it was yeah, just like Jay said, it's been a little while, so it was definitely something nice to see though.
It might be a actual good chance that they end up matching up in the playoffs for real. Because if you look at the playing spot, you got the Hornets at the 10th seed, and you got the Pistons at the number 1 seed. If they end up winning that playing matchup against I believe, let me see who it's the Hawks. So if they end up sneaking one off the Hawks in the playing, they can definitely
You can see
match.
happening. Honestly, I can
Yeah.
see happening.
Then they have to beat either the Magic or the Heat to get into the playoffs. But that'll be a decent little matchup just for fun, funs and giggles, because we already know the Pistons will sweep them. But we can go ahead and move on because we got a couple more topics to go. Next, man, we can go ahead and get into it, man. It's been a little bit of controversy with the multiple All-Stars that's been listed out for unavailable for All-Star weekend, and we got a lot of replacements. This is something we don't see. I mean, this is something we see every year, I should say. I bet. Like, we see this every year. There's a lot of our favorite stars got kind of like, shoe in All-Stars, like here's somebody out or somebody not playing, so we just gonna throw you the invite. We even seen it back in the past with Jimmy Butler denying some invite one year. He felt like he was too good to accept the invite because somebody else was injured. He felt like if he wasn't first pick, he don't deserve it. But what's y'all thoughts on the All Stars that's gonna have to sit out? Because I feel like that's the most injuries we've seen close near the All Star break, in a minute. So what y'all think?
I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much of an oxymoron it is for All Star game to have like a real big game with high level, but at the same time, you don't want guys to get injured. So I'm not mad that even though some guys are dinged up, and I'm sure they probably could like heal and play,
Mhm.
they just decide to sit out. Although it does ruin the game a little bit, it kind of gives like a backhand All Star. You feel me? Like reserve. Bi just got selected. Like I personally thought he should have been there, but at the same time, it's kind of a backhand to your face. So it's like you weren't good enough, but now that Steph ain't playing, you can suit up. You feel me? But people don't realize that these superstars to give 110%, you gonna like be battling injuries because that's just today's game at this point. You feel me?
Yeah. Um, I don't know if this counts as an All Star replacement, but I did see that Kawhi got shooed. He got basically like a invite in by Adam Silver. I ain't never seen that before. Where it's like it wasn't no injury or nothing. He just I guess used his ability as the president of the I said United States. I'm in the NBA. The president of the NBA. He just stamped him into the All Star game because he said the Clippers is the host of the Los Angeles All Star game. So he like at least one of the stars got to make it. And James Harden got traded, so it was either between him or Harden that would have made it to be able to be a player for the host of the All Star game, because we never seen that for real. If a city usually hosts the All Star, at least one of their players automatically make it just because it's just a face of their franchise. And, it's something that you get as a consolation prize for hosting the All Star game. But I don't know. What do you think, Des? Because like that's kind of like that's some cheese. That's not really an All Star. I'm gonna really hate right now. That ain't no All Star. He gave it to him, gang. Like for
Yeah,
real.
just like how I think I spoke about it in our group chat. I don't really care for those pity All Star selections either. Like he didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like he should have made it over a lot of guys on the East and West personally, but he didn't make it, and that's just one of those pity All Star selections. Kawhi do get special treatment. I can't give him that because it's Kawhi. When you're that talented, you get that special treatment and stuff like that. But as far as like them trying to just be like here, I'm not really with that. But as far as like the game in general and the injuries and stuff, like Vaughn was speaking on, I think it's just to show like today's game and how like it's more like high level basketball. So we should expect a lot of guys to be more banged up, especially around this time of the season. And I'm not mad at those guys for pretty much sitting out just because they know like this last stretch, especially in like the West. I feel like those guys, that last stretch of basketball is gonna be a lot for them because they get real close around like the end of the year and like the last half. So I'm not really mad at those guys for sitting out. But as far as Kawhi and like Bi and those other guys, like those is pity All Star selections. Me personally, I don't count those. So you know what I'm saying? That's not something I'm gonna brag about like next year, like, oh, Kawhi was an all-star. Like, it ain't happening, bro. Like, that dude he ain't make it, bro. In my book, at least.
Yeah, and our predictions, all three of the people that well, we didn't put Sengun on our list, but Sengun replacing Shea, you got Brandon Ingram replacing Steph Curry, then you had Kawhi Leonard just vetoed in by the president, like I said, by Adam Silver. So I don't know. I feel like it still count, like you still, because it's a lot more people in the history of the game. We don't discredit them for doing it. We don't really go back and nitpick these things going along in their future, but it's still kind of cheesy. I ain't gonna lie, just a little cheesy, but like a lot of people think they deserved it regardless because they were snubs to begin with. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. If it was
Label
somebody,
don't count that. Kawhi the head label. So you saying we don't really count that type of stuff over here.
yeah,
Those got to be valid selections over here. So
hey man, DB put that card through. Don't listen to him, y'all.
Man,
put that card.
he did, but all right, my bad, Dan. Diz, I know you had a pool like that, man.
I told y'all Adam Silver be emailing me and stuff like that. I showed y'all that one time. I'm really kind of in with for real, but.
Hey, Mike, what you think about the replacements? Like, what's your take on them for real?
It count, bro. Simple as that. Like, that's how I feel. Like we got Steph Curry. He was a starter, right? And we all feel like Ant should have been a starter, but that's just us. Like, you feel me? Like, if it didn't count, as in, like, I don't know, like, it's just replacement. Yeah, maybe probably if Steph was healthy, bro probably wouldn't get it, but I'm glad they, like, how many times All-Star is he? Single?
This is the first one, I think.
This might have been his first one. Yeah, this might be
his like that type of, like, you feel me? It's only his first one, so
it's cool in that aspect. Yeah.
Don't y'all think that hurt a little more though? It's like I wasn't really an all-star. I'm a replacement.
I mean,
think that's how DB got
it. I do. I personally do because, like you said,
I mean, but like, bro, it's the league, bro. Certain people got superstar favoritism. Like Stephen Curry, for example, I'm gonna keep using him because we all know he shouldn't be starting at least. Like, we not saying he shouldn't be
all-star.
Right, but he should be, like, you feel me, at least coming off the bench.
The fan vote do take a heavy precedent over some of the players that deserve to make it over the
off little stuff like that. The league, y'all choose, and I feel like they like hands down Sengun. Like, you feel me, like they still got a crazy fan vote now.
Yeah, I don't think I honestly, unless it's like Kawhi, like we see he got disrespected, but he an older player. Unless it's a guy like that or a guy who's put time into the league, getting snubbed, I don't think they really care being a reserve because most of the time the reserves are young guys anyway who ain't really made the team. And I don't get mad at guys nowadays for sitting out anyway because we've kind of changed what we care about when we evaluate a player's career. We looking at rings. Nobody give a damn how many All-Star games you played, how many MVPs you won in an All-Star game. You know what I mean? Like, nobody cares.
All that stuff come after the ring.
If I throw out a random Hall of Famer, I guarantee you nobody can be like, okay, he got 2 All-Star MVPs. So nobody really give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always happy when guys. I'm not happy guys have to sit out, but like whenever they do, and somebody gets to come in and get that All-Star piece to put next to their name, I kind of prefer that. So I mean, it's 3 guys getting an extra All-Star at the end of the day, regardless of if they played or not. So
yeah, and that look good on some of these guys' contract because now they get to flaunt that on their next contract extension. So I'm always with it when a player get paid. But we can go ahead and move on. Yeah, we can go ahead and move on next. I'm gonna actually switch up the order one little bit just because it's some more dramatic stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the Paul George situation. We had a different type of pod going on last week, so we couldn't brush up on it. But Paul George violation of the drug policy landed him a 25-game suspension, no pay. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Like, cause you know what I'm saying? He OKC alumni. We don't even get down like that for real. Like, I don't know what he on, but I also want to say I do want to advocate for him a little bit when he said, take care of your mental health. So clearly if he was in a state of like, mind where he felt like he had to take drugs to be able to play, to be the player he want to be, like sometimes you just gotta let things go though, man. This was the problem with some of the older guys in the league. When you're a professional player, you've been doing this for probably 30 plus years. He probably been dribbling the ball since he was 8. And as soon as he feel that go button not there no more, like that little tween cross he do, that drop hezzy, no, it ain't there no more. He ain't getting by nobody no more. He, it kind of get to you, eat at you, behind closed doors. So we seen him quit his pod. That was a sign. That was a telltale sign right there. You know what I mean? Somebody doing something they love. He always said he would never do that. That was a telltale sign. There was something going on behind closed doors that was deeper. So I will say I will advocate for him in that sense, but at the same time, he kind of like hurt his legacy right now with that, like, because just going out that sad, that's like drug policy, man. That's OJ Mayo shit, man. We ain't trying to see you do that. You a legend in the game, bro, for real. Like you didn't did everything. You didn't prove everything you possibly could besides winning the ring, bro. It's okay. Like it's okay, man. You could have took your time to heal up and come back. You ain't got to rush it. That like taking
Hey,
drugs is
Reese,
crazy, man.
can I use your point to segue into something though?
Yeah,
You
go
just
ahead.
said only thing people really care about right now for Paul George at this point in his career is getting the ring. Him sitting out these games might have him the healthiest we've ever seen. Not I ain't gonna say ever. We've seen in the playoffs because he's not playing. All he's doing is just staying conditioned. Like he might be able to come back because he deal with injuries every year. I feel like the last 4 or 5 years he's dealt with like a midseason injury that's kept him out and threw off his rhythm, which is the same as what's going on right now. So this could really like help him and stay healthy and come into the playoffs fresh if he plays cards right.
No, yeah, that's low key. That's low key a great take. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes things happen for a reason. Like this might be good for him to sit down. Like it might force him to sit down and rest. And like you said, just stay conditioned, but not wear down his body by trying to force the 5v5 play. What you was about to say, Dovan?
I was about to say, how good is it for the 76ers though? You feel me? Like, although he's not like he's conditioning his body, it might take a drop. You feel me? And the standings especially, and it's like I don't know the seeding right now, but say they drop to 6th seed or
They
7th
six like
seed,
I bar.
sixth. Okay, yeah. Say they drop to 7th seed. Now they playing Detroit, probably on fire going into the playoffs, or they playing the Knicks. It's when in hindsight, if PG was there and they was winning those games, they could have been at 4-5 and played the Raptors. You feel me? That's an easier matchup for them probably.
No disrespect to PG, but does he make that much of an impact on the Sixers where they can't get them wins with or without him? Like, is he that big of a loss for them in the regular season right now?
He's not, but I think with Joel Embiid being overly injury prone, you got to look at all the like aspects that go with them. If Joel Embiid go down, now we have no Joel Embiid, or we don't have PG. Now we relying on VJ Edgecombe and just Tyrese Maxey at this point, Quentin Grimes. But that team not good enough with 2 stars, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Sixers have been doing a good job at least managing Joel Embiid's like time on the court. I know he sits a lot of games just for injury management, but I don't think Paul George is somebody that like if he in his 25 game stretch they're going to be any worse or better. I feel like they're going to stay around the same because they do have guys like Oubre, Quentin Grimes. Those guys have played a really big role, and then they also have another guy. I'm losing my train of thought right now. But this guy they've been having played before. I can't think of his name. Dominique Barlow. Dominique Barlow has been really good for them. So they have guys out there that's performing well right now where I think they can get through this 25 game stretch. But I will like for them to stay in that probably like 5 to 6 range. Like you said, Vaughn, you don't want to be playing a hot team going into like you don't want to be playing a number one seed going into the playoffs because that's going to look scary, especially if all three of your stars haven't played as much together. So
Yeah.
Like what you think about that Paul George suspension, man? Because Paul George is a person that you used to mess with too at one point in time. So what you think about it?
Yeah, I don't want to speak too much on it. Wait, my bad. I don't want to speak too much on it because it's like how we just said. It's like his mental health issues. So he obviously just like you said, he had to take something to try to get his mind right. I just hate it wasn't like regular THC or something. It obviously had to be something stronger than that if he got to get suspended 25 games. So
it's crazy. He
yeah,
did
but
have a crazy,
I
he had
do
a
agree
crazy
with.
game.
I'm looking at all perspectives because all y'all got a different eye of the NBA. So just like how Vaughn said, like Joel could go out, and yeah, he been playing. As y'all know, he been playing good, not great or nothing. He just been playing real, on and off. So if he go out and changes the whole perspective too, and with BG already not being there, that hurts. Then Pistons is already on fire right now, so y'all seen like sorry to bring back up that fight, but y'all seen how they was. They wasn't hurt about that fight. They like this Detroit. That's what we stand for. Like like so that ain't do nothing but amp them up for real. Like you feel me? And on top of that, like K gonna be K. So sorry to get off track, but yeah, I don't think that does nothing to the 76ers, honestly. Like if he come back, hopefully, he got his mind right and he come out a better PG.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Like, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. PG. Hopefully you get well soon, brother. For real. Mental
Yeah,
health is serious. We
yeah,
still here for you, boy.
and that's all. That's all we can really wish for with him, man. That's tough though, man. 25 games, no pay, man. So, uh,
Bro.
get well soon, Paul George. But we can go ahead and move on next. Next, we gonna get into Cam Thomas signing with the Bucks, man. Cam Thomas, he's a part of my label. It has not been a good year for us. I'm not gonna lie. It started off rocky even back in the offseason when he was demanding money that they wasn't willing to pay. My boy is a certified bucket getter, obviously a pure scorer, but that's not valued as much in the NBA right now. So the money that he was asking for, the Brooklyn Nets wasn't looking to give it to him, and it kind of, it made their relationship rocky going into the season. Then he was dealing with an injury. Personally, me and my label, we kind of had a consultant with his agent, and he let us know he wasn't really fully injured. He just wasn't trying to play with them. You feel me? He wasn't trying to play for them, and they released my boy though. Like so now he signed with the Bucks, man. So we got the new Shaq and Kobe of the East. We got Cam Thomas and Giannis linking up over there in the East. We finna bring Shaq.
What you just say?
Hey, bro, chill out. Chill
Yeah,
out.
nah, chill. We ain't letting that rock. Chill out, bro.
Hey, yeah.
What you what?
Is this not big for the Bucks though? Like Giannis got a bucket getter now, man. You feel me?
Cool, but it's not like
Shaq and
It
it's
Kobe?
doesn't
not gonna
move
make
the
a
needle.
difference, bro.
I say it doesn't move the
Boy,
needle.
like T Mac and Yao Ming. What the fuck? Like,
That's still a
not
stretch,
even
bro.
facts.
It's
I don't really
not.
see the benefit for either of these sides, honestly. Like Cam Thomas going to the Bucks, a team that might be losing Giannis and about to rebuild, so he's gonna be in the same situation. And for the Bucks picking up Cam Thomas, are y'all trying to? I can see if they want to build a team for Giannis, but they won't be able to do it this year. He's coming back too late, so they're gonna miss the playoffs. And I just don't see them keeping him over the summer. So Cam Thomas going from the Nets to the Nets, that's just dumb to me.
The Nets to the Nets is crazy. Chill. We at least got Giannis that we at least got some type of dominance, some type of real all-star force. Because we wasn't trying to share the ball with that boy Michael Porter Jr. But
Only thing this
I
does for
think
Cam Thomas is kind of help him build his stock a little more. You feel me? If you go out there and hoop a little bit, but at the same time, we all know he's been doing that in Brooklyn.
I feel like it was. I agree with y'all. Like I can see what y'all saying going Nets to the Nets. But let's say Giannis come back. You feel me? He was at the beginning of the year. Like I don't even like to talk about this nigga like this, bro. My bad. I don't like to talk about him like that. But at the beginning of the year, he was top 5 in the league. MVP race as always, though. So I feel like with him, maybe if he see what Cam can come with, with pause. If he can see what Cam,
Pause right there. It's crazy.
yeah, I had to come with something wild, bro. But if Ryan because that Ryan Rollins dude, I mean he's
yeah,
nice
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
maybe you feel me? Maybe
Are you
something
saying
can
like a Ryan
connect.
Rollins, Cam Thomas backcourt type of thing?
You feel me? I think that's what they kind of edging towards, bro. And I'm
I
not
want
saying
that.
it's gonna look the best, but hey, why not try
Yeah, I feel
before
you.
our superstar get up out of here? Because he said, y'all see what's going on.
or
Y'all better try something
they might be
before I get up.
collecting trade assets too. What if they
See,
What if they
so
collecting people that if Ryan Rollins keep building his resume, then you got Cam Thomas. You package them with some picks, you might be able to get a secondary fringe star next to Giannis, be able to satisfy him because he said he want them to make moves. The only thing they can do is make trade away some of their younger assets to try to get something better. Like they still got Kuz on the roster. You leverage Kuz. Kuz, Cam Thomas, and Ryan Rollins might get you something with some picks. I don't know.
I
You
just
know
knew
what
it was a smart pickup, honestly.
the
Like
trade.
either way it went, like I just knew, like I don't know, like because Cam Thomas a bucket, bro. So we already know that.
Yeah.
Ryan, he's still maybe they trying to show his playmaker ability, and not just like Reese said. That's a good, that's a good trade package there right there.
Yeah. So they just trying to do something, but I appreciate the Bucks for picking up my boy Cam. I thought we wasn't gonna see him for the rest of the season, but so maybe he put up a couple empty 40-point games out there. So, but we go ahead and move on next. Next big topic in the NBA. The topic has tanking gone too far with the Jazz being in the news recently for getting scrutiny for not subbing in their starters in the fourth quarter. They had a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Triple J and Larry Markkinen were looking amazing out there. The 7-foot duo was looking great. They both had 20 plus going into the fourth quarter, up 15, like I said. And they didn't sub in for the rest of the fourth quarter. They ended up losing that game. The coach took heat. They interviewed him after the game and asked him like, were you not gonna sub your starters back in? And he straight up said, nah. And he ain't explained nothing furthermore. And it's like, that's crazy work for real, because like I know tanking is what it is. It is what it is. But if you up 15 and you just purposely sitting your starters, is that not like liable for them to be able to get, I guess, fined? I'm not trying to be no snitch ass,
It's
I ain't trying to
corny,
snitch.
bro, because I heard if they not top 8, OKC get the pick or something like that. Like if they ain't got no lottery pick, OKC get the pick. So that's the main reason. Like, bro, that's corny, bro. That's very corny. Like you losing the game on purpose, so they can't get the pick, basically. Like so.
But they also get to pick themselves. They trying to get one of them
Yeah,
stars. This the deepest draft.
that's if they top 8.
But it's regardless, the whole point of them tanking is because they want a top 3 pick. Forget a top 8. They shooting for top 3. They trying to get into that lottery just like everybody else is. You seen what the Bulls did too? They dumped their roster. They're like, we finna lose as many games as possible. You feel me? But what
It's
y'all
too late for all that for them.
That's better than sitting the fourth quarter though
with your stars already healthy and stuff, like dumping the
like
roster.
that's
For
bogus,
that
bro. That's
situation though,
weird.
I feel like I feel like if you're gonna go about tanking, just have them not sit. Like, we'll have them sit in game. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't have them play. Because if you playing 3 quarters and then you're not playing the fourth quarter, that's gonna give the NBA a reason to investigate you. We all know, everybody know y'all tanking, but y'all putting it right in our face that y'all tanking. Like, that's literally like, you can't have that. That's bad for that's bad for the business. So I get why the NBA want to look into that, but it's other teams that's been doing it as well too. Like the Kings, and you know what I'm saying, they do it pretty much every game now. Like they starters play probably 20 minutes in the game, and they don't play the rest of the game. So it's definitely gonna be a lot of teams that's getting investigated. But I feel like this Utah one was like one that everybody's like, okay, we just seen Triple J get picked up. They going crazy. Why are y'all sitting in the fourth quarter? Like, it just don't make sense. So I feel like if teams want to actually tank, just don't play the guys. But I feel like Utah has done a good job in the past of that. Like Laurie just missing games. He don't even be hurt. He just be missing games because like when him and Keontae play, they dang near bound to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. But I just feel like how they went about it was just wrong in this situation.
Jay, what's your
Yeah,
take on tanking? Yeah.
It's hard to come up with a solution to really fix it because you can't tell a team that the player is not hurt like they say they are. You know what I mean? You can't force them to play certain guys, but it is bad, like a bad product, to put out there for people saying like losing is everything, and you got multiple teams trying to do it. So, like I don't really know the path to fixing it because I know it's something that's got to be addressed. But yeah, not a fan, not a fan.
On the flip side of things, what I was gonna say is like tanking is a little lame, but on the flip side of things, they also investigated the OKC for sitting they starters at on a televised game. I'm surprised ain't none of y'all bring it up to me about the OKC ducking smoke on national television from the Spurs. They are investigating the team because we didn't even have people on the bench, man. I ain't gonna lie. Half the team didn't even show up at all. You muted this. But yeah.
I said, which I said like 10 people or something like that.
Yes, sir. We did.
Yeah,
We
it was
did.
crazy.
Yeah. Everybody was listed as injured. Like Jay said, it's like, how do you investigate that? What if they, you feel me? It's like they injured that game and then they came back the next game. It's like you can't say, hey, this is unnatural and unusual for a team to sit and then play the next game if it was injuries, and it's a alarming amount of players. But at the same time, it's like, what if they got proof or medical records that I was injured? Like, because a lot of people play through like being banged up a lot, so it's like, you know what I mean? You could sit for any reason nowadays. It's not it's not really hard for you to just lie and say, oh, I'm not feeling it. I got knee soreness. I got fluid in my knee or something like that. Or my back is hurting. You can sit for anything nowadays. So, but it's like,
Man,
He's hot though. Like he said,
I
like
think
it's
he's
some
shaping
injuries
up for
that
the
you
play.
can't tell for real.
hmm what you
I
say,
just
Mike?
Yeah, what?
I hope it don't get egregious like we seeing with Utah sitting Triple J and Laurie, because like you said, we all know all want the top pick, but don't like be discreet about it. You feel me? Like don't put it in our face, because at the end of the day, that's gonna bring down ratings, and like y'all said, that's bad for business. And half the league trying to lose games is gonna like lose viewership. You feel me? So just don't get too egregious about it and be more discreet.
hmm Yeah, it's hard to be discreet when you got so much talent like the Jazz, bro. Like the Jazz got too much talent to lose every game, bro. They got three people that could be fringe stars on the team, so it's literally impossible for them to just go out there and lose every night with that roster, unless they just somehow find a way to put them out with injuries for the rest of the remainder of the season. But we can go ahead and close up on this tanking unless y'all got any last minute remarks. We got the last thing of the day, last topic. Jeremy Sochan was released from the Spurs. This just came out today. This was so random and out of left field. Nobody expected this. Shams dropped it a couple hours ago, right before we recorded this pod. Um, what's your initial thoughts? What's your initial thought, Jay, about Jeremy Sochan? Like me personally, I don't really care because he ain't fit the roster. So, but at the same time, it's like we ain't never seen somebody young lottery pick just get dropped just for no reason, for real.
Yeah, the Spurs switched up real quick with like who was gonna be on their development plan and who wasn't. Like I feel like he went from starting getting big minutes to just not playing at all like that. You know what I mean? So I've never been a fan of him. You know, I'm a Bron guy, so anybody he's one of those goofies. But I am excited for him at least to be released. I'm just being honest. Yeah, I don't fuck with him. But he like I'm excited for him to at least be able to go out and find a place to play. Because he was just riding away on the bench. But yeah, I don't really got too much to say on bro.
Nah, yeah, man.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. I've seen this coming just in a different format. Like we all knew he wasn't talented enough to be on that roster. I didn't think they was gonna drop him, but I knew come off season he was either gonna get traded, released, waived, whatever the case may be. But mid season is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's like you said, especially for a guy so young. But like Jay said, we Brown fans over here, so anybody who get into it, straight up.
Yeah, I kind of expected it though. Over the deadline, the Spurs granted him permission to go out and seek a trade, but obviously nobody wanted him to like trade for him because I think he's due for money. So that means if you trade for him, you probably gonna have to pay him. So, but I do like that he can maybe have the opportunity to go to like one of these young teams out here and maybe try to develop a little more. I don't think he's one of those players where he's not good. Well, he's not good at anything, but he's like solid at pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying? He's a little all around type of player, but he's not anybody I feel like that can fit what the Spurs is doing right now. So I do think he can go to like one of these younger teams and just maybe just develop with some young guys there.
Yeah, that jumper broke.
It
But
is.
he don't deserve to go nowhere. Like if we talking about, bro, he an energy player, bro. That's what he is, bro. That's what you describe this player, bro. He ain't
Hey, his
nothing but
jumper
energy.
is ugly as hell, bro.
Come on, now he shoot free throws with one hand. Come on, bro, get up out of here. But you're not talented enough to fit that roster. We gotta take your talents towards like I'm not trying to throw K everybody, but he make anybody look good.
Don't bring him over here.
Hey,
Do not bring him
I
over here.
promise you that was my first initial thoughts though,
Do not
Mike.
bring him
They
to
need another
Detroit.
wing. They need another
He
wing off the
can't
bench.
shoot.
He an energy person, bro.
We
Y'all,
got
Got
big
y'all
Asar
suits for
already, bro.
energy.
I would not go get him, and they got Asar on the team already, bro.
all
We got
right. My
Asar,
other
G. He
option was
can't
the
shoot.
Bulls, bro.
How about
That's
energy?
Yeah,
You
I
saw the
like the
energy
Bulls for
Beef
him.
Stew
Yeah, I
came
like the
off that
Bulls.
bench with. We don't need no more energy, G.
y'all. What's up with Rodman? Y'all Light skin Rob.
Rob, man, don't do that.
Called him light skinned
Oh,
Robin. Robin. That's crazy, dog. But for real though, I was thinking the Pistons, but that like he said, you can't just throw Cade everybody and just hope he gonna make them look good because that's not gonna look right, is it, though?
It's not. It's not. Throw him to Jokic. He make everybody look good too.
No, you don't.
Crazy.
Whoa, Jokic make everybody look great. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's an argument for another day, but
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
man. Nope, what you talking about?
Now we can go ahead and move on next to the last topic. Our favorite topic, label players of the week, man. Label players of the week. I'm gonna go ahead and start mines off. Get mines out the way. Reese NT label player of the week. We got Malik Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Malik Thomas up in college going crazy right now. I really picked him for Vaughn though. Because Vaughn was on some hating stuff with my mans early on in the season just because his mans was just out there playing against bums and scrubs and whatnot. So I was out here underrating him. But yeah, Malik Thomas this season, bro, he's been actually playing solid. He had a few good games, and yesterday he played a good game with Darius Acuff. Him and Darius Acuff look like a solid backcourt at times, for real. He also had a pretty okay game against the Kentucky Wildcats, against Calipari old team. They couldn't bring the dub home, but he's averaging 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists this season, coming off the bench for majority of the season. That's pretty solid freshman numbers. His efficiency is a little up and down here and there, but I told y'all from the beginning though, he a project. So I just want to salute Malik Thomas for having a solid freshman season. Unfortunately, he in a different type of class right now. The atmosphere in the freshman class right now, you got to do some generational stuff to be able to get acknowledged. But I'm watching. I see my young boy for real. Another OTE project. So if he make it to the league, OTE got some numbers. They got some numbers. They got some people coming into the league if he make it too. So yeah. But we can go ahead and move on next. Shout out to that boy Malik Thomas, like I said. Next, we're gonna go ahead and go J Sports way. We're gonna go J Sports way, man. J Sports, who you got for your label player of the week?
It was a slow week for the label. I ain't really been that proud of the guys this week, so I gave it to the old head, the man still playing at 41. LeBron, he hasn't looked the same. I'm not gonna lie, he hasn't been playing perfectly, but to be doing what he's doing at this age, 3 straight double doubles, I got to give it to him. So.
Yeah, man. Hey, LeBron actually been playing solid. With Luka going down, LeBron been trying to hold it down just a little bit. But yeah, he's averaging 21, 5, and 8.5. Playing as a great facilitator. He's trying to play the most defense on the wing that he possibly can at 41. But it's the Lakers, bro. It's a shit show every other night over in the Lakers uniforms. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it's nothing much he can really do. But shout out Bron, bro. Still doing that at 41. It's a blessing. Moving on next, we gonna go ahead and go Boogie Productions, man. Boogie Productions. Go ahead and go next. Who your label player of the week?
Michael Brown. Shout out Dez, man. He brought it to my attention, man. Michael had 45 the other day. All you got to do is stay healthy. I don't like to preach on my unhealthy labels, man. All you got to do is stay healthy, man. He broke records over there. I believe it was the scoring record as a freshman. 45.
Yep.
Yeah, he a scoring guard though, bro. All he gotta do is just stay healthy and yeah. He top 2 PG right now. Darius and cuffing him. I really don't think nobody can mess with Michael though, point guard wise. But
You speaking on freshmen or just in college right now?
Nah. What you mean?
I'm talking about in college. I said you speaking on like point guards like in totality in college right now or freshmen?
Freshmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Freshmen, yeah.
I just had to clear that up. I got somebody I rock with.
DP or 2, ain't he?
Yeah, no, I ain't talking about DP. I was just talking about point guards in college right now. That's all.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I got him number 1 for sure. Besides Darius, him and Darius is head to head, but I got Michael though.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a hot take. Darius is definitely outplaying him by a long shot, but he ain't been healthy, bro.
Sure.
Bro ain't been healthy.
Right, I'm about to say, bro ain't been healthy though. That's
so. Yeah. Going on next though, man. Dezo, DB the label. Who your label player of the week?
head honcho of the label, man. You know, he been showing up all season so far, man. Kawhi, um, player of the week, man. I feel bad for my boy because he just got to go out there and perform for no reason, pretty much at this point. But he's still been doing it, man. I think over his last 5, he's been averaging like 30, around 7, 8 rebounds, and like 4 to 5 assists. So he's still doing his thing out there. But it's just Kawhi and others, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot of nights where he going off for 30s and 40s, man. So shout out my boy for still doing it under these circumstances.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kawhi, like you said, 37-4. That's crazy work. They've been going crazy too as a unit. Even with James Harden going out, they've been winning games. He had a statement game the other night where he had like 45. So yeah, shout out to Kawhi. We've been shouting him out all season. I'm tired of him getting all this praise, bro. Dude out here looking like a machine though. But last and very not least, man, Von Inc, bro. Von Inc, man. Who your label player of the week?
I got my young boy, man, from bouncing back after that tough showing against DP. I got AJ DeBonster. You feel me? Last couple of games, he's been averaging 33, 6, and 5. But I really want to note that he's shooting 54 from the stripe. You feel me? And 66 from the field. Like, them shooting splits is crazy. And although they had a couple like tough losses, he's still showing up to hoop. You feel me?
Couple.
Still showing up to hoop. It's only been 2 after that Kansas series, after that Kansas game.
They was on a 4-game losing streak. Then he just won one.
Saying, but I'm talking about after the Kansas. You feel me?
Yeah.
He was doing the same thing before this. You feel me?
Yeah, nah, he been going crazy though.
Like he turned it back up. He done woke back up. I had to put that call through. You know, get his mind back right.
Like, honestly, I don't even think he I don't think he been doing that bad though. Even in them losses, some of them losses, like yeah, he could have been a lot more aggressive here and there, but overall, he still showed that he's still better than 90% of everybody that's on the court. Like he still shows
for sure
that he's the upper echelon player. He just has a couple bad shooting nights, but that comes with being a freshman. You know, we so hard on people that's like, bro is only 18. Like he gonna have bad shooting nights. He gonna, but one thing I do respect that he gonna shoot that mug until the whistle blow. Like for real, till the fat lady saying he gonna at least get them up to try to will his team. And he had 36, 5, and 7 against Baylor last night or whatever. So it's like, yeah, he going
Watch
crazy.
That game too. He was hooping.
Yeah, he was hooping, and like the RJ Barrett comparisons is kind of crazy still to me. I don't know the way he moves.
RJ Barrett was a dog in college, bro. I don't think it's crazy to say, but
RJ Barrett was a dog. He was a dog.
I'm not saying he's gonna be RJ Barrett caliber of player. I'm not saying that. I'm saying their play style is very similar. Loose game, you know what I'm saying? It's ugly. His game can be ugly at times, but he get it done.
It can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like he get it done though, like at a higher level than what RJ Barrett does. But because RJ was a dog at Duke and he was a second option.
I was gonna say I think it's a different scenario, different situation, different type of game. The game a lot more faster in the NCAA right now than it was even back then. I feel like a lot more players are getting more shots up in general, and he. You know, he got Rob with him, but outside of Rob, it's just him taking shots. So, but efficiency.
Richie be getting them up now.
Richie get him up. Definitely be getting them up.
Yeah, he get them up.
Yeah, but he ain't getting AJ DeBonster shots up at all. But now, shout out to AJ, man. That about wraps up the podcast, man. Support our socials, man. We've been posting a lot. We've been being consistent. So,
hey, who got
Yeah, he was trying to skip past that.
Yeah, he trying to breathe.
Oh, my bad. I forgot.
I was hoping he did get past it. Ron Carter. I'm like,
about to let him slide.
My bad. I forgot. Label player of the week. You know, we voted for him. Everybody voted for him. AJ DeBonster, man. AJ DeBonster won label player of the week. Shout out Free Von Inc.
A little bit.
Go ahead, Von.
This should be 3 in a row. I'm gonna keep it 100. Because last week DP getting it over Coop is blasphemy, but that's nor here nor there. You know, shout out AJ though.
You got to overcoup because he beat who?
All right, let's get on now.
Right.
Let's get on. Look, we ain't gonna underslight the label over here though.
Yeah, man. But that about wraps up the video now. My bad, Von. I ain't mean to skip over your label player of the week. But yeah, Von he is leading right now. He got the most label players of the week. So Free Von Inc. is out there going crazy. But yeah, like I said earlier, just a second ago, man. So tune into the socials down below. We'll be posting on all 3 platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell down there for notifications, man. We out of here.
Appreciate y'all.